Don't do all the massages you're gonna ever do in the first 5 years. Massage is a marathon, not a sprint. Look, you can sprint, anyone can sprint. But the amount of time that you spend sprinting, your energy depletion happens real fast. But what's a marathon? A marathon is slow and steady. You keep a pace, you keep a rhythm. You just get things going. You don't push too hard. Nothing's gonna break. And every single time you step, one more step, one more step. That's how a marathon goes. A sprint is explosive. A sprint, you're taking all of your energy, and every single step you are pushing yourself so far forward as you can. One into the next, into the next, into the next, and you just keep doing massage, 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 massage. You go to sleep, you wake up, massage, massage, massage. You just keep going and keep going and keep going. What does this bring for you? Let's talk about the pros first, right? What it brings is a lot of cash. For a short period of time, you are going to have a lot of money. You do tons of massages every single day without any time to relax, and you will, for weeks into months, maybe even to short years, you will make a lot of money. That's a pro. Another pro is you get to capitalize on the momentum that you have created. When you start getting busy, busy begets busy. You see what I'm saying? So people start coming for massages, they're telling others, but they're still coming, and you're pushing it and you're advertising, you're doing whatever you need to do, and you get more and more and more, and all of a sudden you're in this straight big, like you're going fast and you have the momentum behind you, okay? That's another pro when it comes to a sprint. Another pro when it comes to a sprint is in a very short period of time, you actually cover a lot of ground. It only takes days to do so many massages. Technically, you've gained a lot of experience. If you do 10 massages in 3 days and someone else does 10 massages in 8 days, you have condensed your experience by quite a number. So that would be also a pro when it comes to sprint. What are the cons to sprinting? There is a very high chance of fatigue, not only on a daily basis, but on a weekly, monthly, annual basis. When fatigue starts to settle in and you never really get to recharge your batteries, you just end up giving, like your best ends up being about 72%. You can't hit the high 90s. You can never do the best massage ever because your muscles are just tired. You're tired. Inside you're tired, you're physically tired. It's hard to sustain that level of 100% push. So fatigue tends to set in. What comes with fatigue? A couple of things. One, sadly, you can break. You can break. There's no other way to say it. You wear yourself out, your thumbs start to hurt, your back starts to hurt, your knees starts to hurt. Something starts to hurt because you didn't have an opportunity to build the fundamental strength you need over a long period of time. You just used your body. You just used yourself. Basically abused yourself might be a better way to say it. And your muscles can do it. They're doing it, but they get tired. And when they get tired, they start telling you they're tired, and it comes out in these weird pains. You can stop what you're doing, but then you have to let yourself heal. But if you're just sprinting as fast as you can all the time, then there's no real recovery. There's no real time for recovery. And without the time for recovery, you're actually not stronger. So it even shortens your ability for sustainability by even more time. Another con of sprinting is you get a false sense of your finances. When you are doing all these massages and you're making so much money, you don't realize that this is not a permanent state. You don't realize that this has an end line and really you should be saving. for the days that you're not going to be working this hard. But no one does that. That's not what happens. When you start being plush and things start to come in, that's when you start getting big, and when you're not massaging, you're living and you're buying things and you're doing this and you're doing that because you think these numbers are going to come in always. This is what I make now. It's a big con. It's a big con to think that you can sustain that forever. Decisions are made financially that maybe should have been made differently or could have been made differently with just the basic understanding that this was a temporary, that this was just one of the high of the waves and we were about to go back down. It wasn't that you're just doing that from then on financially. I would say that those would be the pros and cons in my mind of sprinting. Now, marathon. Let's start with the cons to the marathon. One con is financial. You are not going to be earning as if you were massaging 40 massages a week, which is unsustainable. You have to be more realistic. Maybe 15 massages a week, 25 massages a week if you really want to be ambitious. But as long as you are listening to your body, as long as you're keeping yourself healthy and well and balanced and ready to do more and more good in your career for other people, then you can gauge where that is. But you have to listen to yourself. One of the difficulties with marathon or the long game is that it's not about what you make today. It's not even about what you make this month. You're looking for other qualities to create your authenticity, to create integrity. Therefore, every massage opportunity that comes your way, it doesn't mean you accept it. You don't accept massages that don't meet your criteria of what keeps you happy, of what keeps you in gratitude, and maybe safe, and maybe well, like whatever word you want to add that keeps you, and put a word at the end of that. Okay? That's in the realm of sustainability and wellness, not in the realm of, oh, I need to make money. I'm going to take that $100 even though I know in my gut I shouldn't be massaging this guy. Something's weird here. You know, the money's not worth it. It's never worth it because it's not about one massage. It's about finding a client, creating that one-on-one relationship where you value each other and they become a loyal client to you and they generate for you over 7 years $11,000. You see what I mean? It's not about a $100 massage. What you're looking for is a client that returns again and again because they love you. Okay? And every time they're giving you money and giving you money. And that one client, that amount grows. You're not looking for just daily pennies, daily coins. You're looking for individual clients that they become a treasure unto themselves. And you never know who you're massaging that knows 50 other people and that they happen to be some sort of an influencer within their group of people. You never know who that is. So you always have to treat everyone that way because you'll massage someone and you'll massage someone and you'll massage someone and you treat them all VIP. But that third person brings you another 20 clients. You know what I mean? And you just have to be open to it. You have to accept it. But that is the marathon. That is where the marathon comes in because if I'm not massaging, I've been massaging for 25 years. I'm stronger now than when I started because every massage I do, I'm trying. My intention is to work correctly. I make myself very aware of my physical body, aware of the clientele that I accept. These are all very important things that keep me in a place that I'm going to remain strong. And I don't try to out massage myself every week. I don't try to kill myself. I'm not after some dollar amount. I'm after this ability to feel successful when I'm helping others. And lots of people need help. So they come and they get help, and every time someone gets help, I feel more successful. And I can tell you, I feel very, very successful after 25 years of touching so many people, thousands of massages. So a con for the marathon is you're just making steady money for a very long time. Another con of the marathon is that it goes against the traditional form of making money in business. So you're going to be wanting to run a marathon out there in a world that everyone's desperately sprinting every single day. So it's like you're not going to be on the same wavelength as everyone else, and you are just going to build your business. Massage therapists have very short careers in general. They spend all their time sprinting and then they break and then they move into another field. So they get like 7 years, 8 years, 6 years. Like that's pretty much the average for a massage therapist. That's not enough time. 25 years. You can massage for 25 years. Just don't do all the massages you're going to ever do in the first 5 years. Take your time. Pace yourself. Be the turtle. Be the turtle, not the hare. Don't run and then go off track and do nothing and wait around all the time. Just take step after step after step and you will win the race. Every single time you will win the race. Another pro on the marathon side is that when you can last longer than the average, all of a sudden you start to develop different relationships with other massage therapists within the whole industry itself. You've bypassed that one generation of that comes and goes, which is the majority of everybody. Okay? And now you got to meet some of those people and you get to meet the next generation. You get to meet the next generation. And then you start integrating yourself throughout these 5-year, 7-year cycles within the massage industry. It really does provide you an incredible perspective. Massaging longer than 10 years, epiphanies come after 10 years. Realizations that are not only really around you as a massage therapist, but also around your life, around your career, like your region, how massage works for you. You start to understand in different ways. And it's a very powerful tool, this type of wisdom. So it takes 10 years of experience to gain the knowledge, and then you start understanding it, and that's when it turns to wisdom. You can only receive these wisdoms inside a marathon. There are no wisdoms inside the sprint. You're just cranking it out. You're in the grind in the sprint. But with a marathon, you have opportunities to contemplate. You have opportunities to think. You can deal with some sort of a case study, and because it's spread over time, and maybe another case study will come and different situations, and it starts to blend in, turning you into a better therapist. If this information is interesting to you, come and join the Massage Hustle. You're going to love it. It's this and so much more. Click the link below in the description. See you on the inside.